Hi. Welcome to Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet you can find an uncensored version of me. I am here with my girlfriend's best friend, whom we call Dad.
Dad?
Hi, Dad. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, Rachel?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
Okay. Today on our podcast, we'll hit the normal things. I ask people usually what they like and dislike about me most, things such as such. But we're also going to talk about drugs. Because you've taken a lot of them.
Yes.
And there's a story I've been dying to hear, but I said I would wait till the podcast, where she told me, she's like, I've done like every drug except meth. Well, accidentally I took meth once.
Yeah. That was an accident.
How was an accident?
So we're getting into it now?
I mean, well, first, we're sipping on Sprite and vodka, so that's the drink of choice.
Cheers.
From
Yes.
you. Cheers.
Yes. Sorry, not talking into the mic.
How dare you? That's fine. I'll amp your volume in post.
Thank you.
Girlfriend is
yes. Talks so fucking loud that everybody can hear her when she's in real life, but on the microphone I'm like, I'm such a lady. I don't speak very loud. Dad, I need you over here, Dad.
Okay, so these two both are Dad. They call each other Dad because they refuse to believe that they have a motherly nature about them.
No.
And they have more of a fatherly nature. They're incorrect, but I like that they both assume that and just amp each other up. I like the validation between the two of you.
Yeah, well, we've now known that Dad is more of a mom.
Yeah, Dad is more of a mom. I give off strong dad vibes.
But
also motherly. I'm a parent.
You're the mom because you're the fixer. Dads, I mean, maybe this is my own interpretation of dads, but dads normally are just like not there. They're like, don't give a shit. Maybe that. I might be projecting. It's fine, but like that's not your vibe. Like your vibe is like, okay. You're present and you're like, let's fix this. So
yeah,
I think you have kind of a motherly vibe too.
Yes, but I also have the tool belt.
So many tools. Pop, my boyfriend, when he needs a tool, we actually had a bet. Remember we had a bet the other day?
This is my favorite FaceTime I think I've ever gotten, was from the two of you.
Yeah, so we had a delicious. We had a bet, and I, where he bet that you did not have a chainsaw because he was trying to cut up our Christmas tree.
He's sadly mistaken.
Yeah, he was like, I bet you $50. And I was like, 50? And I was like, 20. Because I don't want to pay him $50.
Yeah,
$50 is like a hard amount of money to lose in a bet. So I did not want to lose that amount.
I understand.
So I was like, 20. And he's like, fine. And he was way too eager about that. So then I was like, all right, 10. And then we called you. Can I talk about the state you were in?
I was hungover as shit.
You were
like, I didn't drink that much. I drank a lot, but it wasn't my like an obscure amount that I've never drank before. But for some reason, it hit me hard. I was dead in bed.
Yeah, she had some things to do. Do you see what's happening over here?
Little dog is trying to take over that microphone.
Big ZD? What do? You got something to say over there, Big ZD?
She's just standing over the microphone because girlfriend left.
I hope it's making noise. That would be so funny. So anyways, we FaceTime Dad, and
no, you FaceTime me and Dad picked up.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're right. And then you're dead. Dad picks up, and we asked if you had a chainsaw, and I actually never got my $10, which I'm going to Venmo request him after this.
Because after you won, I heard you saying, I want a crisp $5 bill and five ones, bitch. Is what I heard.
I want to make it as inconvenient as possible for someone to pay me the money. It's like, actually, I want two $2 bills and then 6 ones. Actually, no, 5 ones, 2 quarters, and math's not my strong suit. So whatever else comes after
4
that.
dimes, 2 nickels.
Yeah. Just all the
most
monies.
Inconvenient you can do.
Yeah, all the monies.
Oh, I fucking love you. You might be the most stubborn.
Yes, I'm an Aries.
Okay, so am I.
I forgot.
Our birthdays are 11 days apart.
But you are kind of an Aries, so.
What does that mean? Girlfriend's dying in the corner because all the dogs are barking at something.
So what?
Oh my god, you're the smallest.
the biggest though in my heart.
Because I love when people are like, "Oh, you're such an Aries," and I say, "What does that mean?" No one knows.
No, I know.
What is it?
So
please inform me.
So to me, you being an Aries. Sorry, I just wanted to put my feet on your feet for a second because they looked so cute. Can you see them in the camera? Oh, no, you can't.
No one has ever in their entire life called my feet cute.
Okay, well, if you could see her feet, they literally look like this. Hang on, I have to put the mic down.
She has like a paw over a paw, like a dog would lay with a paw over a paw.
That's how her feet are on top of each other, and it just looks so cute. So I had to put my foot on top of hers.
I mean, I think you're wrong, but I thank you.
Okay, so you're an Aries because you're very strong-willed. Like if you have, and I would say stubborn, but not in like a mean way. Like I think just stubborn in the way that it's like you've thought about what your opinions are, and you're like, this is my opinion. I've thought about all the other shit that you're gonna bring up. Like we just had a conversation. And you were like, no, I've thought about this, and that's wrong. So I think that's a very Aries thing to do.
I'm an educated stubborn.
Yeah, I'll
accept that. I'll accept that.
That's an Aries, I would say. I'm also an educated stubborn.
You are.
To call yourself educated. I am very smart and also
I'm
an
the
Aries.
Smartest, and that's why I'm an Aries.
Yeah. Sorry, so I've taken this far directions from where we were
this
supposed
podcast
to be.
we have like one thing we should talk about maybe, and then we
Okay.
just do whatever the fuck we want.
Okay, cool.
There's no structure to this.
Okay. How is my profile? I know that's
I think you're gorgeous. What do you mean?
I think you said that I was okay. Let me.
I asked you what your good side or bad side was, and you said I don't have one, and I
Yeah.
said love that.
No, but the thing is though, is I can't talk. Like I'm supposed to. Like I've seen podcasts. Like you're supposed to talk to the camera, but I'm really talking to you. But that's not.
Oh,
how
I don't do this. Is chill. We talk to each other.
I want to see you when I'm talking to you.
This is a conversation.
Okay. Sorry. So, anyways,
This little
the
dog
fact that she's picking you
no,
out
it's
over
because
me.
I sat on her ball. I literally have her ball
yeah.
between my butt cheeks.
Oh.
So she's attacking me, trying to get at it.
Big ZD?
Big ZD, that is not your ball or your butt.
That's not your ball.
It's not your ball or your butt.
Oh, you saying the word? You want your ball?
Okay. I don't. What
We were talking about how you're an Aries, and I slyly got myself out of that because
I saw you. Genuinely, I just wanted to see how you would side scoot that.
Yeah. And I did it well.
You did it. You're not in trouble.
Thank you.
You got good work there. That was good. All right. I'm going to ask you before we get into drugs, as we do. What is your favorite and or least favorite thing about me?
And or?
So you could either say your favorite thing or your least favorite thing, or you can say both.
Both.
Whatever pops into your brain. I just like to hear.
Okay.
My cousin is the only person that said something negative, and it was constructive criticism, and I took it to heart. And I thought it was very good.
Okay. Yeah, with family, like you can say that. You can say mean things to each other.
If you have something negative, I want to hear it.
I don't have something actually negative. It's like a backhanded compliment, but not
I
actually.
need to hear it.
Okay, well, do you want me to say the nice thing or the
No, I want to hear the mean thing first.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
The mean thing is that I'm sad that somebody that human over there, Dad, loves someone more than me now.
That's the best thing you could have said.
We were dads.
And then I came along.
No,
You're
but
still dad.
No, but I love you so much. Like
I love you too.
Yeah,
Okay, you don't have to say
not
a favorite thing because that in and of itself was my favorite.
No,
thing.
but I do have a favorite thing too, though, which I think is important to say, which is that I've never met somebody who is as spastic as me, and you are like when we're together.
Like that was more of the insult than the other thing.
No, it's not, because to me it's a compliment, because like when you are hanging out with somebody and you could be like, oh my God, blah, 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 and then you can be all crazy. Yeah. Like 95% of people will take that and they'll be like, that's a lot of energy. Like I can't handle that. But you will like amp up on that energy.
Yeah.
You'll be like, I know,
feel it,
right?
Feel it. You know who does that? Joy.
Oh, yes.
By the way, she's in love with you.
I love Joy.
You left and she's like, I think is the funniest person I've ever met. I was offended. But also, I was like, I understand.
Hang on, I didn't hear anything after what you just said about me being the funniest person she ever met. So pause. No, I'm just kidding. I love Joy too so much. The first time I met her was at your birthday. last year, and she was my favorite. Like, I love her. I could talk to her for hours. And you know what is?
Oh, both of you just don't stop talking, which is my favorite, and that's why I'm like best friends with her, and I love you. But it's like I'm never bored.
Yeah, she could talk to you about anything. Wait, am I allowed to say her BF's name?
Yes, Dylan is known.
I love her BF.
Oh, Dylan's great.
Dylan.
He's on our list of guys we approve of.
I approve. What do the TikTok kids say now? I ship that. Right? Fuck, I'm not cool. I'm so not cool.
Also, this is one of the only humans not on TikTok is sitting next to me on the couch. People said that in like 2014.
I'm not cool anymore. I'm going to be 30 this year, and that means I'm not cool.
I'm already 30, and I know it's not shit.
And you're not cool. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it's embarrassing that I thought that was cool, but whatever.
You know what? I loved it though.
But I do love Dylan. Dylan sat there, and we were all had an alcohol or two, and we were. I was talking to Joy and Dylan the other day, and they. Is this happening? No. Okay.
No, she's looking for a ball.
Still looking for the ball.
The dog is just searching.
And we're talking about like relationship ladies stuff, like a conversation that you would not think a man would waste their time even listening to. And he was so into it, and he gave his heartfelt, like
he was like, also
yes.
wearing Joy's shirt.
Yes.
Because we were playing Dirty Jenga, which isn't that dirty. We're all in relationships and are all like, we look at our spouse before we do anything. We're like, good. We're like, good. Like, it's all, we're like, oh, we're so crazy, but we're not at all. We're like, do a body shot off of someone, then like your significant other gets a body. Like, it's not crazy.
Wait, can I tell people my favorite one?
Yes.
So one of the blocks says that you have to baby bird someone.
Oh my God.
And if you...
This fucking... girlfriend got it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and this was the best representation of a baby bird I've ever seen in my entire life. I'll act it out. Hold, please. I'm going to act it out. Hang on. I got to be off camera.
So she picks baby bird. Immediately, obviously, it's going to be me. Baby birds.
Yes. So a baby bird, for anyone who doesn't know, is that you need to put a beverage in your mouth. It can be anything.
Whatever you want.
And then you baby bird it. You
spit it into someone else's mouth.
You can figure it out. And you spit it into somebody else's mouth. But Dad, in this particular moment, was like, let's hold it for a sec. She's holding it in her mouth. And then she goes,
no. She swishes.
I thought you gargled.
She swished.
Can you talk into the mic, please?
Yeah, babe, you got a mic? Is this when I come in? This is when you come in to correct us on how you baby birded.
This is when I'm going to come into the podcast.
I love it.
Describing my baby bird situation. Because I wrote the block for that. That was my block.
Because we had it in ours.
Because you wanted to baby bird me?
Yes. I knew it was going to happen at some point.
It's a power play on your significant other for sure.
It's just fun. It's just like it's being really random and kind of like
gross,
risque without being too risque.
I guess, yeah. I think it's just like it makes everyone go so ew, but you two involved aren't like grossed out by it.
You're like, we'll do this later.
Yeah,
in private.
Like, your spit is in my mouth on the daily. I don't care if your beverage is also joining it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So she stood, gargled, swished, and then spit into my mouth.
And was it warm?
It was so warm.
You know it was hot. You know it was really hot, and it was that was the worst part. It was super. Do you see her right now? I'm hiding it behind the couch.
We're hiding the ball from little dog.
The little dog.
The little dog.
The little dog. So. What was I saying? It was when it came out of Dad's mouth, it was foamy. I just remember seeing foam.
It was a white
That's because I swished it, so there was air.
Yeah, I know how foam is created.
Carbonated mess.
Oh God, it was so nasty. It was.
I think that's why I was hungover the next day. I'm gonna blame it on your baby birding me.
If anything, it was diluted. So I don't know what you mean.
With your saliva,
sure.
Foam. That's nasty. Okay. Yeah. So how did we even get here?
We were talking about Dylan. Joey and Dylan. One of them pulled a thing that said you have to switch an article of clothing with the opposite sex. So Dylan was wearing Joy's feminine shirt.
Yeah.
While knees deep in a conversation of women complaining about men, and he was like,
serious.
Listen,
so serious.
I see that.
And okay, well, I have to describe this article of clothing because I think that's really important. It was like a very tropical pink, like from Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
Half zip. the zip was all the way down. So it was just chest hair, which like good for him. Like that's a man, I guess. But it was all the way zipped down. And it was so funny because he's just like, yeah, you know, like this is what you got to do about guys, whatever. And I'm just like, I'm trying so hard. I'm like looking him in the face because I can't look down at him or I can't take it. I know. Dylan's the best.
He might be like the dudest dude, but he is so just genuinely like, yeah, women are right.
No, women are right. I was so sad. We were supposed to meet up with him to watch the game because he was staying out here. We ended up not watching the game with him, which made me really sad. So Dylan, if you're out there, I apologize and I miss you already. Enjoy. We're in love. So
Joy watches all of these. So whatever you want to say to Joy.
Joy, I love you.
Joy's my #1 fan.
Joy. She is. She's the best. She is the best. But I want to just say that Joy had posted something about she posted something on her Instagram about like what, you know, like she's going to start a YouTube channel, which I'm super stoked about. And she was like, what do you guys want to see on the YouTube channel? And I was just like, King Louie. Like that's it. Her dog. Never got a response, but her dog Louie is like the cutest dog on the planet. He's so good.
He owns everything. And he knows it.
He's like, he looks at me and I was like, what
what do you want?
What do you want from me? I'm sorry.
Down. She has like a Rottweiler that has human reactive issues. And you still are like, no, I will bow to the pug, whatever the pug wants.
Did you see that she posted on her Instagram story today that she was walking all 3 of them together?
Oh, she does that all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
She has all of the dogs just trotting along with each other. And I'm like, you're a crazy person. I love you.
I didn't know they were at that level yet where they could all walk together.
They probably shouldn't be, but she's I don't know. She's crazy.
Coming from an anxious dog parent.
Yes, I'm a very anxious dog parent.
I don't know.
I love her.
Okay, sorry.
All right, don't apologize.
Tangents are my thing.
This is a conversation. Before we continue, let's check to see if we have a word from our sponsor. Sponsor. Best Fiends is our sponsor for today. It is the month of February, and that means it's the month of love. And you know who deserves some love? You. That's who. And the best way to treat yourself is to treat your mind and your brain and let it recharge. And that's why you should play Best Fiends, to give it that spa-like treatment. Best Fiends is my favorite mobile puzzle game where each level is a new puzzle that you have to solve with the help of some very cute characters you collect along the way. And as you get better and get farther in the game, they get stronger and help you win more. I love playing this game just to kill the time or to wind down at the end of a very long day. This is the kind of game you could play for hours or just a few minutes, depending on who you are and what type of time you have. New characters and challenging puzzles are added all the time, and there are a ton of fun events where you can win huge in-game rewards. And with thousands of level, Best Fiends has all the me time that you need. So, if you're ready to give your brain some TLC, then download Best Fiends free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That is friends without the R. Best Fiends. BetterHelp is our sponsor for today. Is there something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Well, then I suggest you check out BetterHelp.com/RU. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You'll connect in a safe and private online environment, and you will start communicating in under 48 hours. This is not a crisis line and is not self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online, all without ever having to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room or limiting yourself to counselors within driving distance. And this is available for clients worldwide. It's cheaper and more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. Anything you share is confidential. It's convenient, professional, and affordable. I want you to start living a happier life today. So as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at BetterHelp.com/RU. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/ the letter R and the letter U.
Sponsors.
Sponsor.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's what I say before all my ad breaks.
Oh, okay. I like
And
it
then
because I
cuts
just
to a
said
sponsorship.
I just said sponsor.
Just creepily. Sponsors. All right.
Okay.
The drug thing. Okay, we've been talking for 20 minutes. We're supposed to talk about drugs. You've done a lot.
Oh wait, we're starting now. Okay.
Yeah, you've
I'm
done
ready.
a lot of them. I've done minimal.
Yeah.
You don't do them anymore.
I really
You dabble in like mushrooms.
Yeah, I'll do mushrooms. I mean, I say I'll smoke weed, but I really won't.
Yeah, you don't smoke weed, which surprises me because I know you used to.
No, because I used to dab, which is embarrassing to say out
What
loud.
is dabbing? Because people keep talking about it and I keep acting like I know what they're talking about. I have no fucking idea.
So dabbing is for a special breed of human being, because
God.
it's like when weed is no longer enough for you, which I don't understand, because like now if I smoke a little bit of weed, I'm gonna have a full on panic attack.
Yeah,
So
I get paranoid on weed.
Yeah, so a dab is like you have like a whole little rig set up. I haven't dabbed in like 7 years, but
There's a
it's
rig?
basically it's called a rig, and you have hash oil like this. It looks like fucking black tar heroin. And it's like this, it's like you scoop it. It literally looks like it. Like I remember my ex-boyfriend used to get it, and I have to put this here so I can do it with my hands because that's how I talk.
Yeah.
So when you do it, you have to scoop it. You have like this little like spoon thing, and you have to scoop it off this paper, and it's in paper. You have to like wax
Where
paper.
do you buy it?
Well, this was back in
Illegally.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was like 7 years
Do
ago.
they sell
so-
this at dispensaries now?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can get it. So anyway,
it is weed.
yeah. So it's concentrated THC oil.
Okay.
Excuse me.
She burped.
Sorry. I used to just.
I just burp. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We are wearing unladylike merch right now.
Buy it if you're unladylike.
We are wearing matching sweatsuits that say unladylike, so you can burp and feel fine.
Yeah. Sorry, I must have said something.
What?
No,
I know. I'm gonna have you go.
Okay.
Say what was it?
I was gonna say you wish you were us.
Yeah, say that because they do.
Because like when you match with someone, it's like a special type of bond. We were talking about this
love
earlier.
it.
It's a special bond.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
You and Dad, I swear to God,
We're
you guys
always accidentally matching, and I love
No,
it.
it's never an accident. You guys plan it.
No, it is genuine accident.
No.
Every time we get dressed separately, and then we walk into and we look at each other. Like,
You
well,
have
we're wearing the same
You
thing.
have the same closet.
Yeah, we
There.
share a closet.
Where
What
do you
up?
guys get dressed
Get on the
separately?
because it's fantastic.
She gets changed and then she walks out and then I get changed, or vice versa. And sometimes because I don't want to wear something that she might want to wear. This is actually a whole thing.
Yeah, it is
Like,
a thing.
because we share a closet.
Mm-hmm.
If, I'm thinking about what we're doing for the night, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to take something that she might want to wear, like an article of clothing, like a
yeah, yeah.
jacket or a type of pants. So I'll wait to see what she picks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will pick out my clothes depending on what she did or didn't
Yeah,
take.
we like to match
It's
each
a thought
other's
process.
Aesthetic.
Not aesthetic, but like how like one person's dressed up and the other's not. It's like not cute.
Well, there was a while where we bought this green jacket from Urban. It was like Urban or something.
Yeah, we both wanted to keep
or
wearing
Zara.
it.
And it was a really
no,
nice
you can't
jacket,
wear
but
it.
like we both can't wear it. So I started mentally thinking about, okay, I will wait to see if she's going to pick it out.
Mm-hmm.
If she doesn't wear it for the evening, then I will wear it.
Yeah, and there's sometimes
So
where I'm like,
I'd have to
You're
wait.
like waiting around. You're like
I'm
by the
like-
closet, but like
yeah,
kind
no,
of
I
looking.
genuinely have it. And there's times where I'm like, I want to wear this, so I make sure I take it out of the closet and put it on the bed, and I go, hey, I picked out my clothes for later tonight. I've done that a few times, so she knows what I'm
Yes,
going to wear, so she
that's
can base
true.
her outfit off of it and know what I'm going to wear, so she's not going to try and wear the same thing. It is a genuine thing, but I'm not mad about it. I think we have a good system, and we
Yeah.
get to share our.
Yeah, we just understand
That's-
each other. So
dude, yeah.
if you know there's something, there's like popular items in our closet.
Yes, there's stuff
so
that
if
we
you wear one of the
constantly
popular
share.
items, then I know that you're going to wear that, and I can base my outfit off of that. But I'm not
Yes.
going to be able to wear that exact article.
Yes.
So-
because I'm like, if I'm dressed in like slacks and a button up, she wants to make sure she's dressed the same amount of formal. There have been times when we're standing and we're like about to leave, and she goes, my pants are too tight. Are yours like the bigger ones? I was like, yeah, I'm wearing the bigger ones. And we just strip off our pants and just switch pants.
That is.
Well, I didn't
the
want to go over to
amazing
your
thing.
family's house with ripped jeans.
And I was like,
the
yeah,
problem.
that's what it was. It was the ripped jeans. I was wearing, we were both wearing black jeans. Mine weren't ripped and hers were. She was like, I don't want to go over to your family's with ripped jeans. I was like, I will go over to my family's with ripped jeans. Give me your pants. We just stripped them
Dad,
and
that's so
switched.
precious.
I wanted to
of you.
be proper.
I know you're a proper lady.
She
over
always
there.
dressed very
Lady.
proper and ladylike when she goes to my family's. And I'm
Aw,
like,
that's
what's
sweet.
up?
You're like, I'm here, bitch. Accept me or not.
They're like, that's normal, Rachel.
Yes, as family should be. You
As
know?
family should be. Okay, so you dabbed.
So anyway, so dabs. So it's in the wax paper. So it's in the wax paper. So yeah. Anyways, so I.
So
Sorry.
you scoop up tar
scoop
and
it,
eat
and it honestly it looks like earwax almost.
What the fuck?
It's like a light.
No, doesn't it look like honey?
It was a good idea.
Does it look like honey?
Honey earwax?
Like sticky honey?
It's like thick. Like, it's like you put it in between the paper and you like slam it down.
So like molasses.
But it's not the color of molasses. It's literally like yellowy green. Like it looks like earwax. So, anyways,
Why?
are you talking
I
in the
don't
mic?
understand drugs.
I've never seen it.
So
I just
anyways.
imagined.
So dabs, yeah, and every time you would smoke dabs, it's just the end of your.
So you smoked it.
Yeah. So okay, so you put it in the rig, so it's kind of like a regular bong, if I remember, but it has like this little.
Oh God, you can't remember.
I just had this conversation with Pop. I am 100% certain I am more stupid from doing drugs. 100%
I like that
certain.
you're saying this on the podcast.
Yeah, don't do drugs. We should have started it with that.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. Unless they're fun, then you can do them.
I'm fine with like
if it grows from the
We're a
ground.
proponent of psychedelics.
earth.
I would
drugs.
say.
What?
We're a proponent for psychedelics.
Yeah, I hate synthetic things.
Yeah.
Synthetics
I
is
hate synthetics.
not for us.
Not for us. Like, I'm not going to judge anyone for doing anything. I don't like synthetic things. I think, if it's natural grown, it's okay. And if you do it correctly, like, I feel like smoking joints and stuff it's gonna hurt your lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And but I'm like, but I don't think
You're
weed,
talking to a lady who smoked cigarettes
I
for
know.
7 years.
But that's my thing is like I don't like when as I'm sipping fucking alcohol, things that are gonna hurt your body. But like I have no problem with weed or mushrooms or whatever.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I synthetic things I think can fuck with you.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Yeah, they like. Excuse me. Well, let me finish this dab
Smoker.
thing, and then. No, I haven't smoked a cigarette in a long time. I'm very proud of myself.
I
for
know. I'm
that.
proud of you too.
Thank you. Thank you. That's because of Pop. He said, "If you smoke a cigarette," no, I'm just kidding. He never did, but he was also like, "It's the subtle things about smoking cigarettes when your partner looks at you and they're just like." They're like, you can do it, but like,
I don't like it.
I don't like it. You're like, it's like, okay, whatever. I won't smoke cigarettes anymore. But cigarettes, I'm not as into cigarettes anymore. So it's not a big deal. But
Yeah.
anyways, okay, let me finish my story about dabs. So
We're
going back to dabs, and then
we haven't even hit the meth conversation.
I know we have not hit the meth conversation. So anyways, with dabs, you have a butane. I remember my ex, who was the first person I ever saw do dabs. It looks like you're doing meth when you're doing dabs. It's like this apparatus, and you have this little thingy majiggy that you pull out. Anyway, so you put the wax in the thing, and then I lied. I don't actually do drugs. Listen to me. So you heat up the thing, and it's like this little, it's like a flat surface, and it like looks like the little piece that goes into a bong. It's kind of like that, but it's flat.
Okay.
And then, so you heat it up with, it's glass, and you heat it up. And then you put the wax in it, and then you put like this little bulbous thing on top. That's from Robin. Thank you, Robin, for that word. Robin's my mom. She uses weird words like that.
Oh, God.
And then it just like, it evaporates and like goes like it creates vapor, and you smoke it. But it like hurts your lungs less than smoking weed, because the smoke is very like, the word I want to use is dainty.
Okay.
But it's not as like harsh as like smoking a bong and being like, like, I mean, I didn't really cough that much, but I also didn't take like fat dabs.
Okay.
So anyways,
But
that's
it gets
dabs.
you more high?
Yeah, I always had like really not great. Like I would just have to like watch. I would like have to watch TV after that. I'd be like this, like.
So you just zone out.
You just vegetate and you're like watching TV. I should look at the camera. Sorry. It's like this. I'm looking at the camera lens.
She looks like a melted popsicle.
I'm a popsicle. But that's how you feel. Like you can't get up and do anything. Like you're just not.
Oh.
So yeah, no dabs. And now, I don't even smoke weed. Like Pop smokes weed a few nights a week, and he's like, "You want just a baby hit?" And I'm like, "Nah, I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't."
That's not your vibe anymore.
It's crazy. Like when you do, like I was like kind of intense into drugs for a while, and then drugs. It sounds like I'm like
Drugs.
living on the streets. No, it's like, you know, you're doing them at
party
your
scene.
own. The party scene. You're like into that for a while. Like I started super early. Like the first time I did ecstasy, I think I was like 16.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was like way too early for a normal person to do ecstasy. And then that's like when I started. You know, I'm going to like.
I don't judge you, but I'm like, I feel bad for you.
You shouldn't. I had a great time.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. It's not, like I said, I feel more stupid. I have intelligence potential that I cannot hit now because
intelligence potential.
that is not, it's like I'm here, I'm like fuck, I want to get there, and
You're
it's like up here, the
like
potential.
it's like constantly having that word on the tip of your tongue you can't
Yes.
fucking figure out.
Yes, all the time. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I feel that. So what drugs was the most I'm scared we're gonna run out of time because we've been talking for 30 minutes. It's only supposed to be 45 to an hour.
Okay.
I need to know how you accidentally took meth.
Okay.
This has been weighing on me for 2 weeks now.
Okay. So this is how it happened. I was in a alley.
It was a dark and stormy night.
No. So really what it is that back in 2005 to 9, like when I was in high school.
You were in high school.
Yeah, no, I was in high school when, like, the majority of my like ecstasy drug taking was when I was like in high school, and like a tiny bit after that. And then one time I had like just a really heavy like anxiety experience, and I was like, never again, not for me. Like I just won't, I won't do it now. Like I just won't do it. And this is not like, there's a difference between ecstasy and Molly. Like Molly now is whatever, like you can talk to your fucking local drug dealer about it, but it's like Molly's supposed to be like a more pure version of whatever. I don't do it, so I don't give a fuck. But I'm saying like ecstasy back in the day were like these pressed pills that looked like fucking Teslas or fucking monsters or whatever the fuck they were. And so when you would get those, you would be like, this is the purest shit you got. But really, it's just meth. Like you're getting just meth. And
For real?
Yeah.
I
or
literally
cocaine.
don't know the difference between any. I know you snort cocaine.
Yeah.
You smoke or eat weed.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot up meth?
You can smoke meth or you can shoot it up, I think.
What's crack cocaine?
So crack cocaine is a cheaper version of cocaine because you do something to it. Not an expert. I'm sorry. Did we say that in the beginning? I'm not a drug expert. I'm
She's
not a doctor.
drug expert, and don't do drugs.
So crack cocaine is a cheaper version. I watched a whole documentary about crack cocaine in like the fucking 80s in New York City.
Yeah. I think the delivery man's dropping off our Chinese foods. All the dogs are growling. Hey, stop.
So crack cocaine is like a cheaper version of cocaine because they like mix it with shit, and it's also like, I don't know. It's like cooked differently, but it's like, It is cocaine, but it's just added with other shit and like burnt.
What's the stuff you normally shoot up?
Heroin
Okay.
and
Oh yeah, it's heroin.
meth.
Question: Is meth the one you do with the spoon?
You can do heroin or meth because you put it in the spoon. I'm not like this person. I like that we're talking about this. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm like not this person at all. So anyways, like heroin or whatever. And I know this information from Breaking Bad. So thank you, Breaking Bad, for showing me.
You know.
So yeah, heroin, because did you watch Breaking
did.
Bad? Okay, so when what's his name? What's Aaron?
I don't remember
Aaron-
anyone's name. I watched it in like 1 week. I binged it and then retained nothing.
The episode where his girlfriend
Chokes
has
on her
the
own
air.
vomit?
Yes. Okay, spoiler alert. Sorry.
Oh my god, there's no spoiler. That
Sorry.
show's been out for years.
Okay. So anyways, but that was a really intense episode. But they show like, you have a spoon and like you fucking take the syringe, you put a sponge in there so none of the chunky stuff gets in there, because when the chunks get in there, that's when you die basically, because you're getting shit in your fucking veins, that like hard stuff that shouldn't be in your veins.
Well, none of it should be in your veins.
None of it should be in your veins.
Yes.
Dare. this podcast sponsored by Dare.
I mean, honestly, this is a don't do drugs podcast right
Yeah.
now.
Honestly, again, like from the ground, that's cool. I think that was in Pineapple Express. Like, I think that
Really?
was the first time I ever heard, like, if it grows from the ground, it's cool. I
It
think it was
doesn't
a movie
always
like
have
that.
to be for you because everyone reacts differently to it.
Yeah.
So if you're not vibing with it, don't feel you need to vibe with it.
Okay, that's the most important piece that I wanted to mention in this podcast. When you
Please.
told me the topic, I thought that was really important to mention because a lot of people are like, you got to do acid or you got to do ayahuasca to really like figure yourself out and figure out what's going on in there. And it's like, there's no reason any person needs to do an exorbitant amount of mushrooms, acid, ayahuasca. Like, the best times that sorry, am I talking too loud?
No, you're good. I just keep fiddling with it.
Okay. So the best times that I've ever had on any of those drugs are minuscule amounts. And that's how I think everybody should go into it. No hero dose. I hear like all the time people are like, well, I took 3 grams of mushrooms and I fucking couldn't figure out who I was for 6 hours and I had to like put myself back together. I'm like, that's not fun.
No.
That's not fun for anybody.
No, that's not fun for anybody.
So it's like, for me, a drug like mushrooms is really, for me, it was a very pivotal moment in my life. And my mom, I used to have a podcast and I talked about it on my podcast, and my mom was like a huge supporter of my podcast, and she listened to it and she was like talking to me about how she did mushrooms, but she didn't realize like I had this pivotal shift in my life of the first time I ever had done mushrooms. I had like unlocked this perspective that I had never had. Like, I was an only child. I kind of had my like only perspective of like me and this is my life and I'm going in this direction. And now like I have this perspective of like this wide fan of just like all these different things that are going on, and just like I feel like it kind of created this love for like other people. And like I think that's what me and Dad have in common. It's like we just like have this love for like talking about these like high level things that like the majority of people don't want to talk about. Like, you are naturally like that. So it's like nice to have that, but it's so rare to naturally be like that. Everybody's kind of just like stuck in their own thing, and to have your like perspective open. I don't know. It's hard to explain like opening perspective.
No, I understand. Because like I was just talking about this earlier with Brother Bear's girlfriend. Who was I talking about? DID. I was talking about when people have multiple personalities.
Yeah, borderline.
Yeah.
Or no, not borderline.
I don't know. What, it's DID. It's dissociative identity disorder.
Identity. Yep.
So people's minds, when they shift, it's one body, but their brain shifts to think that they are someone else, and it can change their blood pressure. One person can have diabetes and the other doesn't. That's like our brains are so powerful. They can be fluent in French and have never taken a French class before in their life.
Yeah.
Like people with DID have their whole body changes and their whole memory and life changes just because their brain switches. And I feel like sometimes, not always, something where like mushrooms gives you the chance to open your mind a little bit, maybe relax, let go of something, make you see something in a different perspective. You can then change your perspective or thought process on something. It makes you more open to it.
Totally. And another thing about mushrooms too is that it is kind of crazy because it doesn't let you avoid things that you're avoiding. So I'm with Pop and Dad. I'm on mushrooms. Pop is on mushrooms. And I took such a small amount, like enough to where I let my ego get ahead of me. And I was like, I can do a lot more mushrooms than this and be totally fine. And the mushrooms were like, no, bitch, we're going to bring up all that shit that you're thinking about. And
can't hide.
You cannot hide. It's like I had this shame. Oh man, I remember looking at Dad and I was like, and something had happened and I had made Pop feel uncomfortable. And Dad looked at me and she was like, she had said something. She was like, you shouldn't have said that like that. Not in a mean way, but just like in a friend way. Like, hey, I don't think that was the right thing to say. And I just remember my like visceral response was, I went like this out loud. In public, I'm like, shame. And I was literally feeling like shame. And it was like some bigger issue that like, we ended up resolving. And that night was actually ended up being a really beautiful night. But it was like so crazy.
Because a lot of the times the relationship with issues is that you don't speak your feelings or your truths and you try to hide them or neglect them. And so it made you not do that. It made you open up.
Yeah.
And then it left to something beautiful.
Yeah, but I also think that I have a tendency to be a real dick.
You do. I love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not to me. You're never a dick to me.
Yeah.
I just
it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, I'm
No, just
sure
kidding.
one day. And you're not gonna see a side of me you ever thought you'd see.
I know. Our
I'll hand you your ass.
first fight is gonna be scary.
Oh, it's gonna be so fucking scary.
I'm scared.
Because I will hand you your ass, but I will do it in the most mindful, thoughtful way humanly possible, where you can't. No one will be like, oh, Rachel was wrong.
I love the ego behind it, though.
There's
of like,
so much
I'm
ego.
I'm gonna be right.
Because I will never do anything to fuck up. So if you try me, bitch, you're wrong.
Oh, well, I'm not excited for that, so thank you.
Just avoid it at all costs, unless you're on mushrooms.
Yeah. So
Wait,
anyway, oh,
So you did
go ahead.
meth.
Wait, I thought we closed that. I was
You
no.
accidentally did it in high
Yeah,
school.
I accidentally did it because you don't know at the time. Sorry, God, if you're watching this, like, let's put timestamps of like, okay, you want to hear the mess story, you got to go here and then here and then here and then here and then here, and that's the whole
This is what
story.
happens when Joy and I podcast. I don't think we ever finished a story.
Okay, I'll finish it. So yeah, so you get these. So right now they have different, like, they're called moon rocks or like not raw Molly. It's called like pure Molly, whatever the fuck. I don't know.
I didn't know there were
again,
different forms of
Talk
Molly.
to your local drug dealer about this, or don't,
or just don't
or
ever.
Well, you can just ask them questions. You don't have to buy drugs from them, but they'll know the difference.
I clearly have a lot of questions, and I have no plans to buy anything.
So, but back in the day, you would buy like pressed pills. Like, I'm trying to think of like an example of like, oh my gosh, I just said like so many times. I'm trying to think of an example of what a pressed pill is. Like a Flintstones gummy. That's a pressed pill. So they put all the things that need to go in the pill and they push it all together and they like it's like in a stamp machine and they make it into a form. So it's not like a capsule. It's like it's a pressed pill. Does that make
gummy
sense?
or like
Not a gummy. Like the Flintstones old vitamins.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Okay.
like chalky ones.
Yeah, the chalky ones.
The
Any
chalky
chalky
one.
is like a pressed pill. So
Okay.
back in the day, they had.
It was 2008.
I know, I'm so old. So back in the day, yeah, they just were. They would just have cocaine in them, meth in them, and you would know if you got one that had meth in it because you would be up for 2 days and you'd be like, why am I still not able to sleep? And it's because you had meth. But I didn't realize that until I was way older and I had taken Molly and I was like, why am I tired? And they're like, because ecstasy is meth. And
Oh my god.
oh, that's why I was so awake and for 2 days. And
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah.
I just found out that most ADHD medicine is basically meth, capsulated meth.
Yeah. Do you want me to give my scientist version of what I told you earlier
Yes,
about why?
please.
Okay. So the reason why Adderall and things like that are meth adjacent is because Adderall is made with amphetamines, and amphetamines are one molecule away from methamphetamine. So meth is meth, amphetamine. So amphetamine is almost meth. I'm a doctor.
You sound so smart.
Thank you. I mean, I took Adderall for a long time, and it, I was probably one of those people that it actually helped. I think I just was on too high a dosage for my age, and
Okay.
my doctor wasn't like aware of it. So I got to a point where I was just like, by the end of my day, I was just like, like
You crashed.
I would crash really hard. So I think on a lower dosage, I would have been fine. But doctors are not as careful as they should be with
No,
that
doctors
kind of stuff.
actually like don't care most of the time.
Yeah, I would say it's hard for me to be like, they don't care about anything.
I know. I
but-
just see I've heard of so many people who just get prescribed painkillers and whatnots, and the doctor goes, "Here you go," and then
Yeah.
they get a drug addiction or whatever it is doesn't go away or whatever.
Totally.
I've never taken ADHD medication, and I probably should have tried it, but I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, you have to find your ways to be successful without it.
Yeah.
And, I'm in, my position right now that I have at work, it's very challenging for me to be as on such a high level for so long in the day.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've been struggling just with keeping that level of concentration up here for
It's
8 hours a day.
exhausting.
Yeah, you're managing people. You're trying to, like, make sure everybody's cool. You're head of HR. You're like,
No.
okay, like, how do I figure this out? It's a lot of work.
Anyway, we've been talking for about 45 minutes.
I want to talk longer.
I know you do. You're more than welcome to come back on the podcast. We don't even have to have a topic. I could literally just hand you a microphone.
I love that.
And it's great for me.
I can't be restricted to 45 minutes. This is way too short.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But that's it. Do you have anything you want to tell the world or a piece of advice?
Do I have anything that I want to tell the
No.
world? No, that's not.
She used to
something.
have a podcast. I'm trying to get her back into podcasting.
Yeah, I like talking.
Yeah.
And not about drugs. I mean, drugs are fine, but
This was when you're back on the podcast because I feel like you'll be a regular.
A
regular.
Yeah.
We can just talk about whatever we want.
yeah. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to think of something I want to say to the people. So I don't want to be all like Ellen DeGeneres right now,
Okay, that's
but
fine.
I do think she had a good message, which was just be kind to one another. Everybody, okay, this is so cliche. This is the most cliche shit I'm going to say ever right now. But everyone is going through something that you have no idea about. So don't just I always
Don't
think,
be a fucking asshole.
so think about, okay, this is what I think about when someone cuts me off in traffic. I'm like, their dad has cancer. They're going to the hospital and they need to get their stat. I'm such a happy person. I don't get mad in traffic. My mom is the most angry person in traffic. So for me,
I used to be super angry and now I get annoyed. I feel like I've downgraded, but still I'm not where I should be.
Well, let me give you a piece of advice. Think that the person cut you off in traffic, their dad has cancer. They're trying to get to the hospital and you're like, all right, that's fine.
But then I'm like, how dare they think that they're more important to me? What if my dad has cancer?
If your dad has cancer, then
Dad, please don't.
No,
Dad, also
no,
don't
wait.
watch this podcast.
yeah. So
Okay,
that's
You know
just,
what?
That's
I'm gonna try to be a better person while driving.
yeah. Just think, hey, like this person's going through more than I am.
I let people when someone has their blinker on, I let them in.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, if people ask, I say yes.
Yeah. Oh,
In-
you got to
in
give them a.
traffic,
What's the signal for you? Like one of these?
Oh, yeah, one of these.
One of these. I give them.
I
one
appreciate it. I appreciate people, but when someone's an ass,
Yeah.
and cuts me off, I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Or if they're trying to get in when it's rude to, and I'm like, you just tried to cut this whole lane at the last minute. Fuck you.
So I almost got ran off the freeway at 6 a.m. the other morning when I was going to my workout class, and
Stop going to work out at 6 a.m.
no,
Okay.
I like it. That's what I like to
know.
do. So
It hurts
as it hurts me. So as I'm going, this old man tries to get over. There's a semi truck in front of me, and I'm like, oh no, semi truck behind me, and he's coming over in my lane. I'm like, and I'm in the fast lane next to the guardrail. I'm like, oh fuck, and I was just like, you know what? He's gonna die soon.
Oh my God. The most morbid.
It's not his fault. His brain is just not functioning on all cylinders. It's just not working as well as mine is. So I get it, you know?
Okay, I think for my blood pressure, I'm going to try and just be a nicer person when people are assholes on the road.
You don't have to do any
No,
of this.
I always want to better myself. I always want to better myself.
Dad, you keep track of this. She says she's gonna better herself on
She
the
calls
road
me out when I get
When
road
you're-
rage. She
yeah.
calls me out. She's babe.
because she's the calmest person I know. Dad, yeah, Dad. You don't get angry about
You
that kind of
call
stuff.
me out when I'm getting road rage. You go, babe. Specifically road rage. Yes, I don't get angry at most anything. Yes, she's sensitive to the road
Yeah.
rage, and I'm only repeating what you say because they can't hear you. So not trying to talk over you. But
Are you mansplaining what she's saying?
fuck you.
I'm just kidding.
I'm letting everyone hear her.
I
She
know.
doesn't want to.
I'm just kidding.
Picking
I'm-
up the microphone. It's joke. Is this our fight?
Is this our first fight? Our first fight?
Listen.
Okay, no. Listen, I'm not a man, so I
I'm
can't
going to tell you my
mansplain.
feelings on the situation, and you may tell me yours.
Okay,
What?
okay.
Oh, she picked up a microphone.
You picked up the microphone, Dad.
Oh, she put it down.
You guys have to say
She got
that?
bashful.
No, I was just gonna say she's dating a man, so she understands what mansplaining is, and that's why she was saying that to you.
Oh shit! I'm
Burn.
so sorry you're not gay.
I know. You know what's so funny? I said this joke to you guys one time, but like the biggest surprise of my life was that I wasn't gay to myself. Like when I was like 11 years old, I'm like, I'm gay for sure. I'm totally a lesbian. Like I'm a tomboy. Like when you're a tomboy in 2000 fucking whatever, 2000.
I mean, I was a tomboy, but I am gay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like when like society tells you like, oh, you're a tomboy, like you're probably going to be a lesbian. And I'm like, you know, I'm probably going to be a lesbian, but I'll let future deal with that. And then like I came to at 29 and I'm like, wait, I'm straight. I'm straight.
And
like,
now you're dating like a man.
He's the first man I've ever dated. I've dated
Boys.
lady men.
You've dated boys and
Yes.
feminine men, but you are dating a man.
Yeah, I should be very specific. I wasn't being derogatory
No,
towards anybody.
I know you weren't.
But they're effeminate men, I should say.
He is a stereotypical built man.
He is a man. He is a man.
He's a man.
He's taking care of all the bills and everything like that. And I stay home and I cook and clean and it is just I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. How do we keep talking?
I love it. I want to talk
this.
forever. I want to talk forever. Okay. Do you have to end it? Sorry. Do you have like a sign off? You're like, hey, it's Rachel.
I just
super
go,
short
thanks
show.
for joining. I say whatever I want. I don't have a sign. This podcast is such a hot mess that there's like no rhyme or reason.
Can we
to
think of a sign off for you right now?
What do you want to do? I feel like you want to put hand motions involved.
I know. I like Rachel's super short show.
Okay, that's Disney's.
Okay.
And that's super
No,
my
no,
camera is about to run out of battery. That's how long we've been talking.
Okay. All right. I said my piece to the world like 10 minutes ago. That was my piece.
We love you. Thanks for joining us. She is amazing, as am I. Don't do drugs, but if you do, don't feel pressured into them and do what feels right for you. But also they can make you maybe not as smart later down the road.
Yeah. If you want to be the smartest version of yourself, maybe don't do them
Maybe
until
don't.
your brain is fully developed. And that happens at 25.
And like nature's cool. Synthetic, maybe not so much. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge you. I love you lots. Thanks for watching Rachel Uncensored. Subscribe and follow on whatever platform you're currently listening to this on. Love you. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet where you can find the uncensored version of me, Rachel Ballinger. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, or follow, or do whatever this platform tells you to do so that you can get notified every time I post a new episode. Love ya!